Hello, thank you for joining me. This is the full-length video. So if you have seen my short, which kind of might have directed you here, maybe you found it separately, go back, have a quick look. It's a bit of fun. But you can watch this one, maybe speed it up, maybe watch it in pieces. I don't mind. We're looking at the DC Heroclix Batcave Iconics Volume 1. Now, there'll be a little bit of repetition between the videos potentially, but Volume 1 would imply there is a Volume 2, at least. Maybe there's others. Let's take a look inside. Got a nice flap there with, I go on there, some writing. Well, I could read it out to you, I guess, but I don't know. Is that too much to read it all out to you? Is it just kind of, Deep beneath Wayne Manor lies the Batcave, hidden a command center where Bruce Wayne transforms into Gotham's Dark Knight with Alfred by his side. The Batcave becomes the ultimate crime-fighting headquarters filled with gadgets, trophies, and tools of justice. There's some more writing. It's great. It's just a nice touch. So what we're doing this one is I want to open it up, mainly so I can use it. So we need to get it out of the box. And I'll walk and talk through the bits and pieces, give a few thoughts and feelings on it. The other thing that's coming out that's Bat-related, and I am a Bat fan, so I'm keen for most of it, we've got the Batman Forever set, presumably celebrating 30 years. Right, let's go through it from left to right. First up, I'm going to bring out the Bat computer. Here it is. That's quite cool. Yes, lovely. More of this, yeah, important. Pay attention to details. We've got powers and cables and fans and whatnot at the back. There's not just been left like a blank canvas. We've got some stuff going there. So that's good. That's good because depends where you are on the board playing. Maybe it's in the middle. You'd see it. It's not against the wall. All right, we've got the classic villains there, and villains in their classic looks: Catwoman, Riddler, Joker, and Penguin. That's quite nice to see. There's like keyboards and buttons and registers and all sorts going on there. So that's quite good. So this does some stuff. You can bet point cost for it at 5 points. We'll go through the cards later. It is blocking terrain, so I guess Batman or whatnot can hide behind it. Maybe it's destroyable, maybe it's indestructible. We'll find out. Right, here we go. Bat computer, closer look. This is blocking terrain, so treat it as such as normal. But additionally, not only does it look cool, it's got kind of like the 60s or the original versions of what I would class to be the main four Bat villains: Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler. But it's got this cool dial on the side, which is explained in the card. A bit like the Hell Cycle and the motorcycle, in that they increase stats. Let's have a quick look at the card. The effect. This is the same for all of the objects in the Volume 1 Batcave. During Force Destruction, if you pay to add this terrain marker to your force, you may add another Batcave terrain marker to your force without paying its cost. I think they all cost 5, so it means if I pay 5 for the Bat computer, I can choose one of the others from this set and add that in as well. Then they each have their own ability thereafter. Bat computer. When Bat computer starts the game, choose a friendly character with the Batman family keyword. That character can use the powers displayed in the Bat computer's dial. So if I was to say Batman is my Bat computer, Bat family criteria, let's have a look. Click 1. He gets a bump to his movement of 1. So I go +1, and it gives him leap climb. Now as it goes through, you can see the dial there. It improves. So that is at the end of each turn, but we'll come to that in a sec. So, the computer can use powers displayed on the Bat computer's dial and positively modifies their compact values. That character can use the powers displayed on the Bat computer's dial and positively modifies their compact values by the values displayed on the Bat computer's dial. Then you've got the two lines. Separate effect is at the end of your turn. You may click the Bat computer's dial once in the direction of the increasing click numbers. You don't have to turn it, so if you want to click that really suits the situation or might suit the next turn, you don't have to click it up, but you can if you want to until you hit click 7 there. Back of the card just tells us the powers there and a nice little picture. Shall we go through the objects first and the characters later, or shall I just stick to going from left to right? We have a closer look at them in detail later. So here we've got Bruce Wayne / Batman, and I say that because he is kind of between the guises there with a cowl down. Okay, detail on the back. I noticed detail on the back because if you go in for like a cosplay or fancy dress or something like that, they tend to put a lot of the clobber and the detail on the front and they leave the back bland. And I'm like, yeah, shame. So this guy is looking good in the classic grey and blue. The first of our two figures in the Volume 1. Batman. Bruce Wayne. Quite like this one because he's got the cowl off there. Still suited up, so they're just about to go out for business or just come back in that sort of contemplation mode.
He's got 2 targets. He's got 5 range. That's not bad. It's quite respectable. Let's take a look at that card though. 60 points. That's a nice point cost for what he can do. He's got all those keywords there. Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, Detective, Martial Artist, and Scientist. There's quite a nice selection there we can choose from. Let's look at that first power on the attack power. And it's all the way through his dial, giving quite good stats there. Grapple gun, never leave the cave without it. 3. Choose one. We've got 2 options here. Place Batman in or adjacent to a square of hindering terrain or a terrain marker within range and line of fire. Okay, cool. I mean, we first saw that with the Outer Shadows Batman. If you're not familiar with Outer Shadows Batman, definitely give that a look in. So we've seen a similar idea because it's very popular and very thematic to the character. But he has a second option you could choose instead, perhaps. Choose a standard opposing character within range and line of fire. Then choose a terrain marker within 4 squares and line of fire of that character. Place the chosen character adjacent to the chosen terrain marker and deal them 1 damage. This one feels a little bit reminiscent of the scene in Batman Returns where the clown says that he missed, where he's holding Selina Kyle hostage. Batman strikes the wall and uses the wall from behind, even though Batman stood in front, to strike the goon and get the win. So this isn't a world away from that, so that's quite cool. Improved movement, yeah, the grapple gun's working over time here. We can go past characters, we can go through the outdoor brown, I should say, and over the red. Great stuff. Back of the card, back of the figure. We've got a couple of the powers there as well. On the defense power, sometimes you need to fight in the open. So he hits a stop click, but he does get combat reflexes. So that will blend quite nicely with the back computer on some of those dials there. Prep time is a damage power, gives him outwit. So it's flat outwit, that would make sense for a Batman. But when Batman uses it, after resolutions, choose a standard attack or damage power on that target's card, and Batman can use that power till your next turn. Well, that's quite cool. So he chooses outwit, he picks a power, and then he goes, right, well, what have you got in your attack slot? Okay, I might have that. What have you got in your defense slot? Your damage slot. You might take that. That's a great use of outwit and the skill set for Batman. Nice.
Then we're going to bring out Alfred, faithful Alfred. He's got beautiful green flourish on his waistcoat there, nice bit of detail. A cup of tea for Bruce. Make sure he's well watered, hydrated. Yeah, keep him at the top of his game. Judging by the dial stats, Alfred has no range. It's not like this one's the shotgun bearing one, or the blunderbuss. But he's a support piece. We'll find out more about him later.
A deep dive. It is Alfred's turn. Closer look there. He's got a beautiful green waistcoat. He's got a teapot with a single cup. I mean, come on, he can have himself a cup of tea, surely. Let's take a look at what Alfred brings to the table then. Alfred Pennyworth, he's got bounty ability as well. Keywords, Batman Family, Gotham City, and Soldier. Okay, great. So we're venturing away from Batman and Soldier. So that could lend itself into the wider universes within Clicks, pop him on a Soldier themed team. He's got an attack power, 4 clicks long, 20 points. So he's not too expensive there. Let's have a look. Telekinesis. So he can move people and he can move items around. Great stuff. Or you can choose a power action and you can generate an effect terrain marker or special object from the KO area. All right, so let's say somebody else has picked something up, used it, it goes to a KO area, and you can just generate it and bring it back from the KO area to reuse again. So I don't know, if we use the back computer and an object attack, let's say, he can bring it back. What else can you do? So the 2 lines. Alfred Pennyworth may activate this power as free. Oh, so he's not even using it as a power action, he's using it as a free action. And if he does, he can generate this terrain marker, but it has to be one of the Batcave terrain markers. Okay, so he can do it for free if he's bringing back, I guess, the suit, the coin, the computer, or the ring. Defense slot there, damage slot, I should say. Much more than a butler. He brings perplex and support, so great. He is assisting Batman in most cases, I assume, but also if they come back to him, he can use support. And here's the back of the card. Just a nice little picture, and fairly simple.
Okay, this is yellow ring. This is an object. The yellow ring used to mean light object. That's not. Well, it kind of is, kind of isn't still a thing, depending on kind of if you play modern or golden or silver. But I won't digress. So that's the kryptonite ring. It's kind of like, you can see if I can get that close up. I don't know if it will zoom in enough for us, sort of focus more on me. But hey, there's a little ring in there. It's kind of on a pillar. It's protected by that bell jar, presumably because it gives off an effect. Does kryptonite give off radiation? Is that what they would class it as? Is it a type of radiation?
Okay, we have the next item to take a close look at. This is the kryptonite ring. We've had kryptonite items, objects, rings previously. It's nice to get my hands on one finally.
Look,
It's a legit bell jar there. If you look closely, I'll try and get a zoom in on that one. Just see if we get lucky. It is actually a ring shape on there, on a sort of see-through pointy plinth. Let's read through the card then. So same effect on all the items you get with volume 1. So I'll skip to the 2 forward lines. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to each character occupying or adjacent to this object. Haha. And characters with Kryptonian keyword can't reduce the damage. Right, now that works for and against. Alfred's telekinesis may come in handy to move that around. If you can pick up and put down with a character, or sidestep, you can do the same thing in the same turn then, I guess. You can place it and be a bit of a pain in the pest. If you take the risk and you're running around in, do you have anything that can reduce it? So if you've got, I don't know, a Batman that has access to toughness in some way, perhaps you can run around and put this ring up and down to kind of, damage opponents that way. And if he's up against Kryptonians, again, drop it for them because it's penetrating. So no defense power, like toughness, your vulnerability, etc., would withstand it. For Kryptonian, it's going to cut straight through. So there's a few tricks up your sleeve with this one. It's quite good to do. If you pick it up and carry it around, technically you're turning the effect off. So if he's picked it up, he's running around with it in his hand, it's not on the board adjacent to anyone. So I guess that could work for or against you. Quick look at the back of the card there. Nothing to see, just a better picture there through that sort of computer screen graphic.
Ooh, this looks cool. So that is quite a nice case, housing a cape and cowl. Yep, just a cape and cowl. There's no costume underneath it. Cape and cowl for one of Batman's many looks. What I quite liked about the Flash movie, it's kind of a bit of hit and miss me, but I did like that he had a bit like Iron Man's Hall of Armor, like the different costumes. And from the comics are quite iconic. The grey and blue was one of them, which is lovely. So maybe we'll see more of these. This is also hindering terrain. It's got the green and the white base there. So I'm guessing you can stealth Batman in there on the map.
We have this beautiful case with one of the bat capes and cowls in there. Look at the ears. It's like an older kind of 30s, 40s look. So a bit of a classic. Want to see through body there. Let's look at the back. This does count by the pattern on the bottom there, which looks rather lovely, as hindering terrain. Let's take a look. Hindering effect terrain, and it's got Batcave in there. So again, that sort of plays into general use or Alfred if need be for that power we saw earlier. The effect, same as we've seen before. So let's jump down to what this does on its own. Lines of fire are drawn to this terrain marker are blocked. Oh. Characters occupying or adjacent to this terrain marker can use Batman team ability. If they already have the Batman TA printed on their base, okay, it's going to be printed on their base, opposing lines of fire drawn to them are blocked. Okay, cool. So let's say this guy is not a Batman team ability person. You can put him on there. He's hiding in it, but you can't draw a line of fire to because the cape says you can't draw a line of fire to it. So we can't see him for all sorts of things, really, I guess. No line of fire, so outwit even at close, potentially. Correct me if I've got that wrong. If he is, again, without the power, and he stands next to it, he will gain Batman TA, and now the line of fire to him is blocked. If they already have... Oh, no, okay, not quite. So he gets the Batman ability, so if we've got hindering, he will be stealth that way, because he would have gained the stealth from the TA. Good. And if he's got the power, which he does, we put him there, he can stand out in the open because his line of fire is blocked anyway. So if you're Batman allies, that's going to really work in your favour. You can all kind of stand around and hog it and one person in it and be get the maximum protection from what stealth will offer. That's cool. And here it is, the back of the card. Nothing to report, just a picture.
And the final object in there, sixth one, is the giant penny. Look at the size of that. Brown ring, blocking terrain. So I'm guessing now you see him, now you don't. Unless you've got improved targeting. So, got the detail on the back, 1 cent. The iconic penny there. 1947. Let me know in the comments if that is relevant to something. I couldn't place it. I think Batman's the 30s, or want to say first appearance 1938. I can't remember offhand. So 1947 is relevant, or just a random year. Hey, let me know in the comments. Bring me up to speed. We'll take a close look at the card, see what it does.
Our last object in the Batcave Volume 1 is the penny, the giant penny. Got Lincoln there, Abraham Lincoln. It's massive. It's what, I mean, look at that for a side by side, you know, which is great because that's what it is in the comics. It's huge. 1 cent there. It's blocking terrain, which will come into the abilities on the card we'll see shortly. Again, it's got a plinth on it, which is quite cool. Quite cool. Getting Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom vibes as well. And we'll see what, you'll know what I mean when I start talking about the power. Just out of as an aside, it took me a while to go around and like go back and get old parts because what I wanted to do was dress up the old Batcave map. And I thought, well, we've got a giant coin on one of the Two-Face figures from quite a while back, but could I find it? I couldn't find it anywhere for ages. So I removed Two-Face, put the coin in there, just to kind of make the map pop a little bit. And I've not had this very long, and I hadn't actually had a chance to run it. And they went and released the Batcave Volume 1 with the coin. But it's okay, just a bit of fun. Anywho, let's have a look at the card. So same effect as we've seen before. This is the blocking terrain effect, Batcave there, giant penny. So let's skip forward to what it does. When a character's knockback path is stopped by the giant penny, bang. Okay, you flip a coin. Okay, that's very cool. If it lands on heads, deal that character 3 damage and they gain immobile until the end of their next turn. Now, if the coin is tails, you place the giant penny up to 2 squares away from its current square. Okay, that is very instanced. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just a nice picture of the back of the card. I'm looking forward to using these in the game.
So there we have it. That is the Batcave Volume 1, one of the iconic sets. Really enjoy the iconic sets at the moment. I think a lot of them are great, really well done. This one looks brilliant. Volume 1, so I can't wait to see what they get in Volume 2. Actually, that's a lie. I can wait. I can wait. For 2 reasons. Number 1, it gives my wallet a little bit of breathing space. Number 2, I want to have to use this and enjoy this before we get hit with the next one. But still looking forward to it. So what do we think Volume 2 will have in it? My early guesses are, we've got the playing card from Batman's Batcave trophy set. We've got the T-Rex. There's a few other items in there as well. I don't think we'll see sort of more of the back computer, kind of broaden the screens there. Maybe a workshop to repair stuff. Characters. Okay, we've got 2 characters this one. So assume we have 4 items and 2 characters. I'd really want to see some of the supporting cast because we haven't seen them for a while. So perhaps we get a chance to have one of the Robins. Maybe Tim gets a bit of love. Maybe Tim gets a bit of love. We've just had Damien in Masters of Time. So I'd say my vote goes for Tim. And then Batgirl. I don't mind if it's Cassie. I don't mind if it's Barbara. But we need a Batgirl. She's not been seen for a little while either. You know, and a redo and an up-to-date version of her would be absolutely lovely. So just a few hints and tips for the WizKids. Pass that along to whoever needs to know. And hopefully we see that in the next set. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this set. Pros and cons. Anything you'd change about it. Anything you'd want to see in Volume 2. Anything you'd, you know, if you played it already, what did you find? You know, what did you find out? What did it work well with? See you soon. Have your clicks in. Bye for now.